So to get started, I want to show you the points. Now the first point to learn is top of the head. Now you can use all your fingers if you like, and just tap on the top of the head about 7 times. And you're tapping where a young girl might have a hairband. Then the next point you'll be tapping on is called the eyebrow point. Now it's at the eyebrow where it meets the bridge of the nose. In there, if your eyebrows aren't as long as mine, just go into nearly in between that at your eye socket, bridge of the nose, and you're going to use your index finger and your middle finger, and you're going to tap here around 7 times. Don't be concerned if you tap 5 times or how many times that I need to tap, because 7 times you do it quite quickly. And if you miss, that's okay. If you do too many, that's okay. EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is a very forgiving process. Now on to the next point, which is the side of the eye. So this is on the bony point at the side of the eye. And then you have the bony point under the eye, and that's the under the eye point. Again, mentioning 7 times is good enough. Little under, little over, that's okay too. Then we have the under the nose point, but it's not directly under the nose, it's between the top lip and under the nose. Just tap in there. And then we have the chin point, but again, it's not the chin. It's actually between the chin and the bottom lip. And tap in there. Then move on down to what's called the collarbone point. Now the collarbone may be here, but you can do it 2 ways. You can come along the collarbone down towards the breastbone, and when you feel it turn down towards the breastbone, you'll feel a pointy bit and tap there. Or you can run down your neck to meet the top of the breastbone and move back up towards the collarbone and feel it turn and just tap there. This is your collarbone point. And then the next point is called under the arm. And this is where a lady's bra strap does be. You tap under the arm. So those are the points you'll be using . I'd like to show you some other points you can use while using EFT. Once you get used to the process, you can add these points in too. And where you're going to be tapping is on your fingers. But not anywhere on your fingers, on the outside edge of the finger. This is the thumb point, obviously. 2 fingers again, index and middle finger, tapping around 7 times. And then the index finger. Same again, just along the top edge. And then the middle finger. And then we're going to skip the ring finger, and I'll show you in a moment why. And you're going to tap the baby finger. Again, top of the edge. Now turn your hand around, and you didn't use the ring finger, so what you're going to do is move down in the groove between the little finger and the ring finger and tap in here. This is called the Gamut point. It's a very powerful point. So those are some more points that you may use while doing rounds of EFT. Now before you start any round of EFT, you'll be doing something called the setup phrase. And the setup phrase is a bit like an emotional trigger. You say words out loud to affect what's going on inside us psychologically, to trigger. It's like pushing your buttons, if you like. Some emotions may come up, some feelings may come up, but they may not either. But that does not mean the effectiveness is being lost in any way. And what you'll be doing with the setup phrase is you'll be tapping on the side of your hand here. And this is called the karate chop point. And while you say the setup phrase out loud, you will continuously tap this point. And it's called the karate chop point for obvious reasons. It's the fleshy side of your hand. And you'll tap this point continuously, as I said, with your index and middle finger while you're saying your setup phrase. Also, there's another point you can use instead of this that can be effective if you're not getting enough release with your EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique sessions, and it's called the sore spot. And what you have to do is kind of move around your chest, down from the shoulder, across from the collarbone, and just down a little low, and just press around with one finger or two fingers till you find a little sensitive spot. And you notice it just feels a little sore when you press on it. And you're just going to press as much as just to bring a bit of sensation up and rub that spot while you feel those sensations while saying your setup phrase. And continuously rub that spot while you're saying your setup phrase 3 times. And that's your sore spot. So there you have your 2 ways of setting up your setup phrase, the karate chop point and the sore spot point. I would like to show you another sequence for using EFT, and it's called the 9 Gamut. And what you'll be doing is, when you've went through your whole Emotional Freedom Technique session, at the end, if you're feeling a little stuck, you're not getting where you want to, use the 9 Gamut. This can help break down any barriers to getting the release you need and want. And what you'll be doing is be tapping the Gamut point, which I have already shown you. But at the same time, what you will be doing is, without moving your head, you will close your eyes, open your eyes, while continuously tapping. Then you will look hard down to the left towards the floor, or right, it doesn't matter, and then hard down to the right. It doesn't matter which way you put your eyes first, but push your eyes down as far as you can, as hard as you can. And then the next thing you'll be doing is rolling your eyes in a circle, either clockwise or anti-clockwise first. And then, to me that was clockwise, and then to me this is anti-clockwise. It may look different on the camera. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to hum a few bars of Happy Birthday. I know this seems silly, but there is a point to it. So hum a few bars of Happy Birthday out loud. And then you're going to count from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out loud. And then you're going to hum a few bars of Happy Birthday again. And I like to finish everything off with a breath. And release that. Now, if you find that you're stuck at a level of 2 or 1, or even a half, anywhere below 2, here is a little sequence that you can do to help remove those fragments of emotional distress, whatever that's holding you back. So what you're going to do is you're going to tap the Gamut point, and then what you're going to do is look down at the floor and then begin to roll your eyes very slowly all the way up as far as you can, pushing your eyes back as far as you can till you feel a little strain, and then bring your eyes back to normal. And again, always finish off with a nice deep releasing breath.